The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No, please,
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
So, Oz, this week we are not only going to finally give that review of Lighthouse, the movie where Batman and the Green Goblin come together and form a dynamic duo on an island, but we are also going to talk about the last two episodes of WandaVision. Now, as always, before we set the table, we're going to keep things non-spoiler. So, Oz, let's start with The Lighthouse. Non-spoiler. Let's just go ahead and get our rankings out the way. What did you rank The Lighthouse on our ranking scale?
I mean, it was trippy. I would just as a like kind of film nerd, I'd probably give it maybe I give it a 6. I give it a MGK.
Okay, MGK,
and just the MGK because there I had some issues with it, but but we'll get into it. But I'll give it a MGK and just the MGK.
All right. As our ranking scale goes, you have the tippy top, which is the Iris West. Doesn't get any better than the Iris West. After the Iris West, we have the MGK, which is a solid 6 because that is the grade that he gave a Eminem's Kill Shot. Then after that, we have Jar Jar Binks, self-explanatory, and at the bottom we have Jimmy Olsen from Supergirl, CW, The Guardian. He deserves to be there. He'll always be there. Might get replaced by his by Jax in the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie. We'll see. Okay, so MGK. Oz, I think I'm gonna give it an MGK, but in honor of The Lighthouse, I'm gonna give it an MGK. Let's go ahead and add a lighthouse with their own personal lighthouse. So an MGK with a lighthouse.
That was pretty original.
Well, I was trying to think of an item that I could use, but I couldn't think of a particular item that really stood out. Maybe his book.
I would say I would give it a Tom because
I'm not giving it a full person.
It was straight up a Tom.
I'm not giving it a full person. Maybe the mermaid.
Yeah. No, maybe the fart.
No, I don't think so. That's okay. So that's where we are with the Lighthouse.
Hey, real quick.
Sure.
Has William Dafoe ever played Commissioner Gordon? If he hasn't, he would make an excellent Commissioner Gordon, I believe.
He has not played Commissioner Gordon, and to my knowledge, I don't think he's been in a DC movie. No, he was in Aquaman.
That's sad.
He was he was in Aquaman. He was in Aquaman.
He was?
Yeah, he was in
yeah.
Aquaman. He was in Aquaman.
That's a sad place for him to be. He would have been a superior Commissioner Gordon, I believe, for sure.
Gary Oldman's a tough one to top.
I don't know. Gary Oldman's awesome, but I would tell you if you look at William Dafoe, not from Lighthouse, but look at William Dafoe from John Wick 1. And just like the overcoat, his mannerism, I feel like it was a missed opportunity not to have that guy as a Jim.
Okay. Hot take right there. Hot take. Oz, WandaVision, episodes 3 and 4. Pretty shocking for me. I thought they've done a really good job with it, and I think they've really upped everyone's expectations, and really the hype for this show, I think, is really starting to peak at the right time. I feel like they've done a good job building anticipation for each episode.
Yeah, I think I love the fact that you still kind of are using your own imagination for a lot of things, but you do get a glimpse of how powerful Wanda is. Absolutely. I do want to know what the end game is going to be. Well,
we'll see. Oz, before we, we're gonna set, because this is gonna be a big show. I think, because we got 2 things to review. We still have some news tidbits and whatnot. We got some social media we want to hit. We're gonna set the table a little early. How would you sell the Lighthouse to somebody?
If you want to see a good art house film with some film noir elements and some sci-fi is not the proper word, so I'll say if you want to see a art house film with film noir elements and also good old-fashioned lore of the sea, Lighthouse is what you want to see. It's if you want to see your film of you get your classic man versus nature, man versus man, and man versus himself.
There you go. Okay, so before we get too deep into things, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the comic connoisseur, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger. Oz, what's going on?
What is up, my comic comrades?
And you can find us on Twitter at Knee4Marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4. You can email us at Knee4Marvel vs. DC at GoDefyLife.com. You can also leave us a voicemail, 804-518-6631. You can also find our podcast at Go Defy Life Pods. That is our home hub where you can find all of Defy Life podcasts. You can also find our podcast on Spreaker, Radio Public, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those different places you get your podcasts. Like, subscribe, leave us 5 stars. Let us know what you like and don't like. We are also on Instagram, Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. We are on Facebook, Knee for Marvel vs. DC. And we have a Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC Facebook group that we try to be as active. Well, let me rephrase. I try to be as active as possible in there. Uncle Oz, are you a part of the Facebook group?
I don't really get down with Facebook. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, that's okay. Do you follow us on Twitter still?
I do. But yeah, Twitter. I'm still dealing with. I like Twitter for now. I just can't get down with Facebook. Facebook has been the ill of a lot of our society. So
okay,
I avoid that as much as possible.
Great. Yeah, we have great conversations.
But again, hold on, time out.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to say the wrong thing. Okay. It is a tool, but the tool has been used as a blunt instrument, and it should be like used for like better uses. So until then, I'll see you guys on Twitter.
Yeah. We have great conversations on Facebook, so make sure you join us on Facebook, like the page, join the Facebook conversation. We look forward to talking with you on there. We put our giveaways, we put our TeePublic shirts, all that is on Facebook, so a lot of that stuff is going to be Facebook exclusive, so make sure you follow us on Facebook. You're only going to see it there. Oz, where can they find you on Twitter?
I'm at Ozzy Real. And I actually in lieu of the Facebook thing, if you want to find another outlet and venue to get T-shirts and stuff, find me on Twitter, and I'll float you our merch. I'll find another outlet for you to do it as opposed to Facebook, just as a healthy alternative, So,
well, he'll try. He'll try at least. He'll try. He can give you a good shot. Or you could just join the Facebook group and or like us on Facebook, and then you don't have to worry about it. Then you don't even have to worry about it.
Look, man, Mark Zuckerberg is doing fine without my like. This dude ain't losing no sleep over Uncle Oz liking him or subscribing.
You never know.
This dude guy, he's got me locked down on WhatsApp. He's got me locked down on Instagram. He's good, dude. He's okay.
Locked down on WhatsApp. But follow Uncle Oz on WhatsApp.
Well, you don't follow person. You don't follow people.
I don't know what WhatsApp is.
Huh?
I don't know what WhatsApp is.
WhatsApp is just another device that you can. Or WhatsApp is literally an app that you can use to text or to call people, especially if you have friends who live like abroad and stuff like that. Oh. So it was really good when I want to text my friends who live in like Montana, all the way to my friends who live in Italy. Yeah. It's good.
Okay. Great. Oz, you were a guest on a podcast. Go ahead and plug that.
Hey, man, I want to say a big thank you, man. Like, Hawk was dope, dude. We had a really super good conversation about Star Trek, which is like my definite passion. And he was able to, he was like super thoughtful. He brought elements to the podcast that I was like, oh my God, I never thought about Star Trek that way. And he did the dopest thing you could ever do in your life, which is this. I don't want to spoil it. Please go to the Phantom Fusion, download that episode. It's great. He did. If you want to know, who your dream Federation Starfleet crew would be, that's the place to find it. It was good. It was just fun. I look forward to whenever we can guest on any of those guys' shows. It was a blast. I had a really super good time.
And tell them where they can find the Fandom Fusion podcast.
You should be able to find that on wherever any podcast is played, right?
Well, that was true, but don't forget that they are merging all their. Go ahead.
If you do know, man, hit them up. Spit it right now if you know.
Well, I did, because it was a good segue to give that plug, that they are merging all of their feeds, their D&D feed, Fandom Fusion, the Crossover Collision. They are all going under the Last Tavern on the left. So make sure you follow that feed, since they're all going to be under there. That's why I did that, Oz. I just wanted you to kind of feed into the plug.
Oh, that's great. And yeah, like those guys have they have expertise in comic related stuff, D&D stuff. They're man, it was like, seriously, it's every time we chat, it's a beautiful thing.
Okay. And Oz and myself were also guests on the Crossover Collision podcast with our good friends JVD and Evan the Great. We got to do a pretty cool battleground, Aquaman versus Sue Storm. That was a lot of fun. They let me kind of take over a little bit. I got to pick the matchup, so it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and so make sure you check that out on the Villains Demand. You can follow them at the Villains Demand as well. And Last Tavern on the Left. Make sure you follow that podcast feed so you can get all of their podcasts. The Fandom Fusion podcast, Uncle Oz will be there with Hawk, and Uncle Oz and myself will be there on the Crossover Collision. We're all over the Villains Demand. I think next time we come, we got to bring the beer.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I mean, we need to get them on our show. But yeah, it was just, it's always fun. It's always like a good nerd fest. I get some good insight. I always leave the show going, wow, didn't know that.
I bet you didn't know that. So Oz, let's do a little bit of before we get to our Killmonger regular thought, which was put together by our good friend Philip Darnall. Let's do a little social media. Let's hit a couple.
Do we get a Killmonger regular thought this time?
Yeah, we do. So let's do a little social media before we good. Let's do a little social media before we get to that. I put a couple of Twitter polls out. They said you could find you on Twitter. I'm sure you saw this, and I'm guessing you had time to react to it. Which Marvel character would put out the hardest rap/hip hop album?
Well, I mean, I would have to say Luke Cage.
You going with Luke Cage, huh? You know, a few people said that, but I always thought he would be a singer. I just always took that dude as a singer.
No, I don't think he'd be a singer. From maybe people's view of Luke Cage from the TV show, but from the view of Luke Cage from the comics, from the history of him, no, he would not be a singer.
I took that dude as like a Trey Songz type.
Because
Trey can spit
never
too.
Seen that, but
Trey can spit too.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that, but Trigger got bars.
Nope.
And he from Petersburg too. He a homeboy, so he local.
Yes. Blair Underwood is from Petersburg too.
Yeah, but he ain't Trigger though. Our good friend JD Oliva, who I also co-host the Pro Wrestling Showdown podcast with, cheap plug. He said not Wolverine, and he's not wrong. We Get Dub podcast. They said not sure, but I love the Miles Illmatic cover. Capes 6 feet apart on the couch, said Sam Wilson.
Hold on. No, 1 second. JD said that not Wolverine, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, of course, dude. Like, name me hard, like, white Canadian rapper that you know. Thank you.
Is Asher Roth white? I mean, is Asher Roth Canadian?
I don't know.
Because if he's Canadian, he's Drake, Canadian, he's sweet.
Fine.
If he's Canadian, he's sweet.
But it's like saying, is Eminem Canadian?
But Eminem's not Canadian. But he's not Canadian.
Okay, I don't know what to do.
Okay, but Eminem's not Canadian.
He's close enough. He's just over the sea. He can see.
Okay, what about Drake? Drake's Canadian.
What were my parameters? I just said.
I wasn't listening. What were the parameters?
Okay, it's good. Yeah, right. Moving on.
Yeah, Cape 6 feet apart said Sam Wilson would drop some Guru style bars, I imagine. #Gangstar.
Hey, thank you, Kate. Hey, man, no one ever. I was just thinking about Gangstar. No one gives Guru and Premier the props that they deserve, especially Premier. With just on the 1 and 2, and Guru just like crazy just for Jazzmatazz, and this just so dope, man. Just like tons of guns, all that. Come on, man. I like that, but I thought that instead of like maybe Sam Wilson, man, I wonder if Blue Marvel would be the underground threat, because Blue Marvel kind of looks like Jay-Z a little bit.
Okay. Scotch and Sports Podcast said The Thing for sure. Geek Salad and the Kingdom of Jewish Space Laser said, I'm sure Tony Stark has some ill-advised freestyle buried somewhere. Old man,
but I will give you props on that. I'll give you props on the name for the Jewish space laser. That's funny. I like that. That's pretty.
You like? I'm sorry.
That's very very relevant times right now.
Old man Wade said Pharaoh Munch, Internal Affairs, and I feel like Wolverine or Deadpool need to be on that cover. Let's see here.
I'm visualizing it, and I'm like, okay.
Riviera True Crime Podcast said Deadpool and Black Panther. The Good, the Bad, and the Nerdy Podcast said Deadpool. The Rambling Geek said surely Luke Cage. He's street level AF. Do you know what AF means?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm just checking. Our good friend JVD said Blade probably drops lines harder than Tech 9. Okay. Movies after work said Shuri.
I think people should. I like it, and I see what people are doing, but I would think if they're really doing Marvel, that they should think a little bit more outside of the color line box. Because I think there are a lot of people like think about what's the kid? His name is literally Kid Psycho from the X-Men. I feel like that dude would be like Eminem type crazy dude who would like freak people out.
Yeah, I don't think he's a
telepath too.
Let's not just start comparing random people to the GOAT.
Here,
let's not do that.
Let me help you out. I know you have your Dick Grayson, your Eminems, but let's just be for real. If there is an insane here, I'll help you out. Professor Xavier's kid, David Holler, he would be the one to drop crazy things because he would be you'd be like, yo, man, his lyrics are all up in my head. He's like, I know, I'm a telepath. So, yes, he would be the one that would get up your head. You would never forget anything he's ever, spat at you because he wouldn't let you forget it. So.
Okay. Let's check in with the Facebook group and see what they had to say as far as some of the hip hop albums. Our good friend Benny McDonald said on the Marvel side, Deadpool and Luke Cage. DC, pretty much the Bat Family, Jon Stewart, Lady Shiva, and Cyborg. Philip Darnall said Moon Knight for Marvel, and for DC, Etrigan.
That's awesome. Well, Etrigan actually he's pretty good lyrically. So
he is pretty good lyrically.
Yeah, Philip, you get a point there. I'm just saying. But the Bat Family, huh? That's interesting.
The Bat Family.
I actually feel like Shazam would be lethal.
Shazam would have bars like what's the dude who made Thrift Shop?
Oh, Macklemore.
He would be like Macklemore. No bars, but he'll probably have some hits, but no bars.
See, I don't see that because I see Billy Batson was straight up raised like Eminem was raised.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're gonna have bars. You know what? You're right. You're right. He would be a modern day MGK. You're right. He would be MGK.
No, you joke, but the person who would really be MGK would be Dick Grayson.
There we go. Of course he would.
And you have nothing to say back to him because I want you to just think. If there's an MGK in the DC universe, tell me Dick Grayson would not be that cat. Who would be like, nah, man, I'm actually I switched to I'm gonna be an R&B singer. I feel like he would.
But that's not. But MGK didn't. Hold on, MGK didn't switch to R&B. There wouldn't be no issue if he switched to R&B. He switched to rock, pop rock.
Okay,
that is completely different than R&B.
So I still think he would be the same person. I feel like he would be that dude who would.
And Dick Grayson would probably start with R&B anyway. He would probably start with R&B. He wouldn't be a rapper. Dick Grayson would probably start with R&B.
I do not. I think his upbringing and not being exposed to a lot of stuff. I think he would definitely start with rock, dude.
Well, even if he did start with rock, he would stay with rock. He wouldn't start with rap in a whole different stratosphere and then go to pop rock. Like that's a whole stretch.
He wouldn't start with rap because he wouldn't like understand anybody in that like culture. He would just be
that's not true. You just because you can't rap doesn't mean you don't understand the culture. That's not true.
I feel like it would be a thing that he's like.
You just said
that
dude wouldn't understand the culture because he couldn't rap.
I feel like Dick Grayson would be like, yeah, I like rap music. It's awesome. Like he would love like Macklemore.
Nah, he would like Drake.
That would be
he would like Drake.
Definition of hard rap.
Nobody thinks Macklemore has hard rap. Not even people who don't like rap. Nobody thinks Macklemore has hard rap.
That would be my whole point about Dick Grayson.
But he wouldn't think that. I know you dislike the guy, but he wouldn't think like that.
No. It's not even this. Like I think the Red Hood would be like. I think Red Hood would probably be like, man. I like. What's that dude's name? He was like Kendrick Lamar. You know, I think Bruce would probably Bruce would probably like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. And I definitely think
what's going on? Why are we going through the Bat Family anyway?
No, it's fine. I'm just saying. But they could be like, hey, have you heard that new song by Macklemore? It's called Thrift Shop. It's really awesome.
I don't think he was. That would probably be Tim or Lark.
Hey, what's a thrift store?
Well, if anybody would know, Dick Grayson would know what a thrift store is. Bruce wouldn't know what a thrift store is. Bruce wouldn't know what a thrift store is. That would be like a field trip for him.
Well, yeah, he's a master of disguise and everything, you know.
Yeah. All right, moving on. That's enough of that.
Macklemore is awesome.
Macklemore is not awesome. no, he's not.
That's what Dick Grayson said.
He's not. That's not Dick Grayson, though. That's not Dick Grayson. He doesn't. I don't know why you think that. Like he doesn't like Macklemore.
They may be like, man, I hate being in the Batmobile with you while you're playing Macklemore. Dude.
Why would Dick Grayson be in the Batmobile when he has his own vehicle? Why would he be in the Batmobile? Why would he be in the Batmobile when he has his own vehicle? And listen. Real talk. If you driving, because Damien not driving. So if you driving, you can play whatever the hell you want to play. Okay? You can play Macklemore, you can play Beastie Boys, you can play Run the Jewels, you can play whoever you want.
Hey, hold on, you're getting a little excited because you're going in and out.
No, I'm not going in and out. You're going in and out.
This guy's got his earbuds in, swinging about to talk to.
I do have my AirPods in because I'm watching the Royal Rumble right now, so I do have my AirPods in. I will give you that.
What's the problem?
I will give you that. I am watching the Royal Rumble as we speak.
Hey,
Bobby Lashley has just eliminated like 6 people. Shout out to the Pro Wrestling Showdown. We'll be talking about this on the upcoming episode here soon. Cheap plug.
Hey, I don't know how well this is going to play because I could barely hear you because you're like, Dick is great.
Oh, everybody else will be able to hear me.
That's all I heard.
They haven't heard you for the last 5 minutes because I've actually had you on mute. So,
thank you.
No problem.
Respect, dude.
And spoiler alert for the Royal Rumble: Christian just returned. Okay, Oz, let's get to some news tidbits. Or do you want to do the Killmonger conversation?
Seeing how I just received the Killmonger conversation, I'm gonna need some time to ponder it. I know you have 6 days to look at it and think about it and get your thoughts all down. So I
do overestimate your abilities on your feet, and that's on me. So let's go to the news tidbits. Spider-Man 3 looks like it will be another addition to the Christmas movie plethora. Oz, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man 3 becoming a Christmas movie?
Great. Bring it.
Okay. What are your overall thoughts on Spider-Man 3? Are you excited about it?
Not really. I mean, maybe COVID has me in a weird place for a lot of stuff. I'm like, okay, well, if they're able to do production and do it safely, whatever, go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
My whole world. No, it's not that. Hold on, let me. If I can just finish real quick. It's just not that. It's just that COVID's a crazy serious thing, man. It's really put production is what my business is, and it's really put a dramatic halt on it. So, I'm not excited about it. I'm excited about us getting through this stuff so that people can go back to work safely, and we can go full rampage, making cool stuff again. That's what I'm excited about.
No doubt. Justice League, Snyder Cut, 4-hour movie, March 18th. Are you ready?
It's good because I think people are going to get themselves there's stuff every month to be excited about from someone, so it's good. It's been a long time coming, and I hope it lives up to the hype. And I will be there when it comes out. I will be there in my block of time watching it.
Yeah, Fire Stick will be ready for that one. Zack Snyder has confirmed that Martian Manhunter has a line in the upcoming Snyder Cut that says, "A war is coming." Are you excited about Martian Manhunter?
All right, sure. He's just there just to say that line. That's it.
I'm sure he'll say something else. He'll probably what are you going to do about it?
Something?
Yeah, he's probably going to
Is he gonna
fly.
do something?
Yeah, I think he'll fly.
Oh Lord, dude. Okay, bring it, dude. Let's do it, man. Let's go.
Oh man, that's great. I can't. Hey, listen,
Zach. What you got for me, Zach? Let's do it.
I can't wait to just our friend Steve from the Nerd Cantina. I put a picture of this in our Facebook group, and he said it best. I can't wait for the podcast after the episode. And I know he was talking about our show, but I'm just in general, I can't wait to hear all the different opinions of this after that comes out, because I know it's just going to vary. People are going to love it. People are going to hate it. People are going to be, it's going to be great. It's going to be mayhem when that releases.
Well, since you like the smoke, people are definitely going to be bringing their smoke.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of smoke. Leave us some hateful voicemails.
Yeah, I mean, pardon me. No, not even us getting the smoke, but people have been waiting for this for a long time. Sorry, I had to just put a blanket on me.
Okay.
It's cold.
It is pretty cold.
But
I always bring the
cold.
heat,
It's
though.
cold.
I always
It's
bring the
today.
heat. I brought more heat tonight.
Dude,
And I got some hot
you
cocoa.
bring thunder. You got some hot pockets.
No, I don't have any hot pockets. I got hot cocoa. Okay, next news tidbit. Matt Damon has been cast in Thor: Love and Thunder.
As Frigga.
Has not been said yet. Oz, who do you think he's going to be?
Man. Well, I don't think he's going to be an Asgardian. I think he might be even like one of the on one of the kind of collector tip, maybe a Beyonder or something. What do you think he's going to be? That's interesting.
Man, I have no idea what's going on with that movie. They got the Guardians of the Galaxy in it. You got Thor. You're going to have Jane Foster's Thor. I have absolutely no idea. No clue.
Yes, so it seems like he's going to be like some otherworldly entity, but not an Asgardian, I think.
How big of a role do you think he'll have? Do you think he'll have a substantial role, or do you think he'll have like a Sylvester Stallone in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 role?
Well, just like every big star now who hasn't been in a DC or Marvel movie wants to have their like little time to shine thing. So I think he's going to have a little. Let's split the difference and call it maybe a Kirk Russell kind of role.
In Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
He had a pretty substantial role. There's no difference there. That's not cutting the difference.
He was a bad guy.
He was the main character.
You know. We'll see. Well, I mean, you know.
Yeah. What do you in Guardians of the Galaxy 2? He's Star-Lord's dad.
Well,
spoiler alert.
Well, yes, spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's a pretty substantial role, dude.
Hold on, calm down.
Well, nobody's hype, but I'm just saying, like you said, let's cut the difference.
Dude.
He can be Kurt Russell.
You sound like you put some like Everclear in your hot cocoa. So I'm just saying, here, maybe let's simmer it down and say maybe he'll have a role similar to Del Toro. How's that?
Listen, anything you say is going to be anything you say is going to be better than the Kurt Russell answer. So no matter what you would have said, it would have been better.
Okay.
But I did not have any alcoholic beverage added to my cocoa.
Mm-hmm.
Not this cup.
Sure.
Not this cup.
You didn't get roofied.
No. What? Roofied? Is that what we're doing? Roofied?
No, we're not doing that.
That's like a left turn. This guy is talking about roofing people. Harry Potter is getting a live action TV show on HBO Max. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah. I mean, who cares?
my thoughts exactly. Harry Potter.
Well, I mean, I wonder. Well, but to be honest, I mean, I wonder what the setting's going to be, what the timeline's going to be. You know, fine, but like, wow, that's literally executives trying to corner the market on every like outlet. They're like DC, Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Star Trek. What you got? Disney.
As someone who's never seen a single Harry Potter movie, they could do whatever they want. So, there's that.
Okay. Have you read any books?
No Harry Potter books.
Oh, no, I said have you read any books?
Oh.
But you said no. Okay.
Yeah, no. I read The Hunger Games.
Oh.
I read the first two. No, the first two. Catching Fire is the second one, right?
Oh, but that's good. Have you read any other books in general? Like maybe like, I don't know, history or
No, I did. I read Daniel Bryan's book, Road to WrestleMania 30.
Okay.
So I
good.
did read Daniel Bryan's book. That was pretty good. I also read the comic book history of wrestling.
Look at regular Scott being a book connoisseur.
Yeah,
got like read almost as many books as he's got toes and digits. It's pretty. I think I still have your wrestling history book.
Yeah, you do. You do. That's okay though.
Okay,
we'll get past that.
It's somewhere.
Yeah. I also read Coaching for Dummies when I first started coaching basketball.
you didn't want to like get any like legendary greats the coach for the Bulls was Phil Knight. Is that right?
No, that was good. I just wanted Coaching for Dummies.
Yeah. Like you see, your thing was, I have a job to influence the lives of young kids, and I know from my past experience with my coaches, I want to do a as good job or a better job. Let me figure out how to do this. Let me look upon the wisdom of not the greats like Tar Heels coach or the Lakers coach. No, I'm going to get Coaching for Dummies.
Great place to start. Great first base.
Well, basically, is it really? Because you're kind of saying off the bat, I'm a dummy.
Well, it's fine.
And I'm gonna read a book about coaching because this is right up my alley. Finally, they have a book right for me.
Well, I don't. It's no big deal or anything. But after I read that book and won 2 state championships, came in second in nationals. I think the book worked.
In the words.
I mean, two state championships later, I think it worked.
Yeah. Hey, go give yourself a little pat on the back. But in the mortal words,
I already did.
Couple
Sanford,
pats. Speaking to his son Lamont, you big dummy.
It was all the book. It was all the book.
Well, the book is good because it brought out your true dummy.
Well,
so
you're only as dumb as the person you learn from. And who raised me, Uncle? Moving on. No. We got to move on. We spent way too much time on basketball.
Did the book help?
No, didn't help at all.
How much did the book cost me?
It was probably like $15.
Did you return the book?
I did not. I still got the book.
Is the first page a disclaimer that says this book will not help you?
No, the first page just says to whom it may concern.
I used to get be like, oh, cool, carpentry for dummy, but I was like, wait a minute, this isn't good. This is good.
It's like I don't know. At school, we had a whole bunch of them. Computers for dummies.
Oh, I
know. Go ahead.
Dude, I know what school you graduated from. I know.
Well, all schools had them. Like it's not just it's all schools. All schools had them.
Yeah, dude. I knew people listen to me. You should know that's all a racket when one of their books is literally dummies for dummies. So it's God, dude.
Maybe you should have read one.
And then they did well, there's a side hustle that they started doing coaching for idiots. You know, someone was like, "Well, if you're a dummy, I'm gonna be an idiot." I was like, "Whoa, dude!" But the cool thing, though, that was back in the day. Now people just get on YouTube and they're like, "What? Cool, watch this."
Yeah.
So
okay, great. Jay Liccardo has been cast as Tim Drake in Titans season 3.
God, they keep adding people, don't they?
How do you feel about Tim Drake being race swapped?
Who is Jay Liccardo?
No clue.
Okay, so how do you know he's being race swapped?
Because he's not white.
Oh, you saw a picture of him.
I have seen a picture of him, but I have no idea who he is.
What does he look like?
He looks black.
Oh, he is black.
Yeah, he's black.
Okay, we're sure.
So how do you feel about the race swap?
I have no comment on it because I need to take a picture. I need to look at this dude and see who he is first. I'll hold my comment until I can actually confirm that he has been swapped.
What do you mean? If he's not white, if he's not white and he's black, he's been swapped.
Hold on, here, I'll look up right now. Let me see if we can find this cat real quick.
All right. Well, while you do that, let me just say this. Instead of race swapping this character to fill a POC need, why not just introduce Luke Fox, Lark, just a host of other characters. There's nothing wrong with, I applaud CW for creating a brand new character, a black female character to take over the Batwoman mantle. I applaud that. So, I don't see any. I don't see any.
Black.
He is black.
He's not black.
What is he?
He looks a bit of a black and white interracial mix there.
So he's black. So he's black. What do you mean, dude? What are you saying? What are you saying? You just said he's a black and white interracial, but he's not black. And listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. As a mixed guy who's had to hear that his whole life, I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. Yeah, I don't appreciate it. I can certainly tell you I've heard that a lot.
You're not black.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I heard that. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that.
Oh, dude, trust me. You know how many times you heard that. I heard people say that to you. I'm like, well, okay. Hey, dude, this guy, I got to see his full body because right now I'm just not. I'm just seeing the intellectual part of Tim Drake. I'm not really seeing.
Oh my gosh,
Lady Shiva, Tim Drake.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm definitely not seeing the guy that's going toe to toe with Lady Shiva.
Hey, listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I'm not seeing the guy who's far off.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna come at that man. Like I said, I'm really happy for the actor. It's a big get for him. Why he could have been so many other people. Why does he need to be Tim Drake? Like, why does Tim Drake need to be black? What purpose does that serve? Again, this is just me. This is just my opinion about it. I know a lot of people are not happy about my opinion. I know there's been some displeasure with what I say, but hey, man, there's other black characters that could have been in this spot, and it would have worked just as well.
I just want to say, in their mad rush to do that, why are you adding Tim Drake? You still have stuff to do with the other cats,
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense that they add Tim Drake because they have confirmed that Red Hood will appear, so it makes sense. I think that's going to be the catalyst for Red Hood and why he's going to seek out revenge. I think they'll use the he got a new sidekick so quickly thing to kind of fuel his revenge. To me, it makes sense why they're adding him. I just don't like. It makes sense to me.
We'll see, and we'll see what his backstory is. Yeah. It's just whatever. Moving on.
Okay. That was a long pause.
Yeah. I said moving on, and you just like, I'm like, okay. Well, apparently, this is touch the nerve. He's got something else to say.
No, I'm good. I got it all out the way. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick.
Let me help you out here.
Where we go?
Because I understand that the passions were raised to confirm Regular Scott is black.
Well, I'm well past the point where I know who it took me a while to get there, but I'm well established that I know who I am now. But that it did bother me for a long time.
Dude.
Just a regular guy. Black, white.
Just a regular guy.
Just a regular guy. Take your pick. I'm who I need to be when I need to be.
Hey, you are who you are, and you should be proud of it.
When I need to be.
I go to the bookstore. And I purchase Coaching for Dummies. I could have went to the library and checked it out.
I could have, and I probably wouldn't have taken it back and would have had to pay a late fee. So I just bought it. I mean, listen.
But you would have taken it back.
But listen, if $15 is going to break me, then there's some other things I need to be more concerned about anyway.
Man, that $15 could have been used for something else, though, bro.
It could have, but I can just go get another $15.
I guess.
No, ain't no guessing. I just go to the bank and get a 20 out.
True, but you're still at a deficit for $15, though.
Yeah, but that's okay. If that deficit hurts me, then I have bigger issues. You feel me?
I mean, yeah, I do, but still, the main point is
we got to move on.
That's $15 that could have been spent on something else. But I see you're a baller though.
I'm not a baller, but I can afford $15. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna go see if I can find $15 in some of my pockets in my jeans. Might have a couple dollars in there. Try to scrounge up some change. Go buy me a Podcasting for Dummies book. We'll be right back.
Wait. So do you need change, or do you need to make sense?
Maybe we should get accounting for dummies for Uncle Oz. We'll be right back.
Well, you have no sense.
I can tell you what penny has more sense than you do. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Cody.
And I'm Christian.
And we're Nerds with Friends.
Not just two nerds who have some friends.
No, we're your hosts for the podcast, Nerds with Friends.
We cover any topic that people can nerd out over, from TV, movies, and comics
to conventions, tabletop RPGs, and much more.
Nerds with Friends comes out every Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher.
And of course on our website, nerdswithfriendspodcast.com.
Join us every week as we confess our nerdy confessions and talk about the latest in nerdy news.
And remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. This is Nerds with Friends. Thank you for listening. Now back to the show.
And we are back. Oz, it's cold.
Yo, man. I'm
we were talking off air about how cold it is, and Oz, one's got to go. One part of your body's got to go, so that way it won't be cold anymore. So one part of your body's got to go. Your left hand, your right foot, your nose, or your ears.
Damn. Oh, my nose can go, dude. I don't need to smell
Really?
a thing,
Your nose?
Well, think about it. I have to walk. I have to hear.
I might get rid of my left hand.
Okay. Well, I mean,
man, hey, let me tell you something. There is nothing better than smelling a good breakfast in the morning. That is one of the best. I don't even drink coffee, and coffee is a great smell in the morning. I don't even drink coffee.
Why don't you drink coffee?
I don't know. I drank it as a kid, for a good while, and I drank it a little bit like when I first moved out. But then I was like, man, I can just get a nice ice cold glass of water and it'll do the same thing for me.
No, but okay. So
I mean, for me, it does.
How do you get yourself? I was going to say caffeinated, but caffeinated probably isn't the best word. How do you get yourself like juiced up in the morning?
I just get some cold water and splash myself in the face.
I mean, besides listening to Macklemore.
No. Yeah, you know that what it gets me hype in the morning. But honestly, just a nice cold thing of water, and I'm put it in my hands. I'm just gonna splash myself in the face a couple times. It usually does the trick. I'm pretty good about waking up pretty easy. I don't need a lot.
No. I'm not trying to say like the people are like, oh, don't talk to me before I have my coffee or that kind of weird thing. But what sustains you? Do you do like Mountain Dew throughout the day in the morning, or what do you do to get you or do you eat juju berries? I don't know.
I usually have a soda at some point during the day. Like I'm not in a rush to get one. Like I might not get one for a couple hours. I might just have like some water. Or something. Do you and to be respectful of our viewers and it being 2021, so we have to bring up some food. What do you eat? What's your go-to breakfast for work? Not when you're not. When you're off, because you can do whatever you want to do, but at work, what do you eat? So for work, it's usually a banana, a Pop-Tart. If I have a Hostess cupcake, I'll take a cupcake. And if I have a soda, I'll take a soda. And I'll take a bottle of water.
So you do have water and soda, like you have soda pretty much every day in the morning?
Not every day in the morning. It's not a guarantee. Like I might not drink the soda in the morning. I might just have the water. It depends on how I feel. The banana, I'm definitely eating the banana. I might not eat the cupcake. It just depends on how I feel after I eat the banana. The banana starts the day.
Okay, but wait, but do you have a Pop-Tart too?
I have the Pop-Tart at work, but that depends how the banana does. Sometimes I don't. Hey, look. Sometimes I don't want a lot for breakfast. The banana's all I need. I'm good.
But you eat a banana every day.
You're asking me like every day. I don't do the same thing every day, but like.
Okay, every day at work, what do you have for breakfast? What do you normally eat? That's what I'm asking.
I don't eat the same thing every day at work, though. Like that's what I mean. Like,
okay.
I guess that's what I mean. Like, I'll take a banana. Sometimes I'll take a banana and a Pop-Tart. Sometimes I'll just take a Pop-Tart. Sometimes I'll take a cupcake and a banana.
Do you ever like eat like eggs, hash browns?
No, I don't have
that
time
kind of
for
thing.
That. I don't have time for that.
Oh wow, you're like I gotta go.
Yeah, I wake up with like 30 minutes to go, and I got 30 minutes to be ready to go.
Oh, that's shit, shower, shave, and breakfast.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's a lot of that's rushing, dude.
Well, that's why it's easy for me to wake up because I know I gotta go. That's why I don't have no choice but to wake up because I gotta go.
Wait, hold on. I'm not trying to get into your personal.
What is going on right now? What are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing right now?
Well, wait, hold on. Wait, I do have a question. I'm just curious.
Okay.
What about when you have your kid? It's still 30 minutes?
Okay. Now, when I have my kid and I got to take him to the nanny, we'll say.
You got to get like 35, 40 minutes, right?
I'll make sure everything is ready in the morning. I'll get up about 45 minutes. 45
What?
Because, listen, it's only going to take me about 10 minutes to get ready. And everything will already be ready. So all I got to do is get him up. He'll have that. It's enough time for him to have some milk. He can probably have half a banana and a yogurt.
I love it.
Hey, we moving. We be moving in the house. He know in the morning he get his milk. He finish his milk. He say yogurt. Okay, you got it, son. Let's keep it moving. Auto, listen. Hey, look. As soon as he finished the milk, Auto start the car. By the time he finished the yogurt, that'll be about 10 minutes. The car's nice and warm. We're out. wear out.
No, it feels like your alarm goes off and you like don't wake up groggy. You just jump out of bed and like run, like beep beep beep. You're out of bed, like brush your teeth, just moving, and like it's like the Flash.
Oh my gosh! No, it's not quite that good. I do need that cold hit of water in the morning. Like I need that hit in the face to be like, okay, here we go. You know, let's get it.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I do need that. Like I need that little boost in the morning because I need to be reminded that you got to go. You know.
Okay, so your caffeine is water and no time
and pressure. Water and pressure.
Water, lack of time and pressure is your caffeine. I love it. That's good.
Water
Dude,
pressure.
That's very good.
Water pressure.
Yeah, man. Okay, all right.
Well,
that's interesting.
Well, that's my morning, everybody. In case you were wondering, that's my typical work morning. In case anyone was wondering what I do, Uncle Oz just let me lay it out there for everybody. That's my morning.
Hey, no, wait. You could have said that's too personal. I don't want to tell you what I do in the morning. You chose to tell me what you wanted to do. Get it straight. But everyone should commend you, and I want to commend you for eating a piece of fruit almost every day. That's very good.
I try to. I do try to have a piece of fruit every day.
That's very good. That's very cool, dude. I like it, dude.
I probably drink too much soda, but because I do have a soda every day.
Well, dude, I think you could be a little bit even. You could shave off 5 minutes if you could figure out how to splash water on your face while you're taking a shit.
Well, I don't. First of all, okay, we got to move on. But before we move on, I don't necessarily have a constitution every morning. Okay, that is not on the bulletin board for the morning. Okay, routine. That's not a guaranteed thing. So there's no constitution. I don't need that extra 5 minutes.
But we have to figure out how to like maximize your time more efficiently.
So maybe I need to just keep like a bucket of ice by my bedside, so then it'll melt overnight, and I can just wake up and splash myself right there in bed, and I'm gone.
I wouldn't be that extreme. I was just gonna say, you could brush your teeth while you're taking a shit, then splash yourself with water.
Hey, look! My wife, she wakes up like an hour and a half where she gotta even think about leaving. She makes a nice breakfast, sits down, have a coffee. She reads, watches the news.
Can I give you a spoiler alert? That's what every sane person does.
Oh, I ain't got
to get themselves ready for the day.
I gotta get my sleep. I need them Z's. I'll take every minute I can.
Man, we should put a poll out because I wonder if the amount of time people prepare themselves to get ready for work.
That's not a bad poll, Oz. That's a good idea.
Is corresponding to what they do. Like say like if you were like a I don't know, like say if you're a Starbucks worker, do you just like fuck, dude, like 30 minutes, do your thing?
I mean, yeah, you got to be there at like 4:30 probably.
Yeah, or say if you're like a doctor, or like, do doctors do 30 minutes, or do doctors do like an hour? But that'd be an interesting poll. You know what I'm saying?
And we are in two completely different fields as well. So there's a lot to that. That's not a bad idea, Oz.
Well, because I'm gonna tell you straight up, dude. I used to do the 30-minute thing like a long time ago, but like I'm an hour dude because I get up, but I get up, I gotta get like my kid going and fix him breakfast, and like he usually likes some exquisite shit, dude.
Well, that's something that you've started and you've created, so you have to live with the monster you created.
No, it's not a monster. I'm going to make sure my kid has like an appropriate breakfast to start his day.
Right, but when you say exquisite, that means you're fine dining. That's not just some regular scrambled eggs. You making this man, eggs Benedict. Let's keep it 100.
Well, dude, I mean,
let's see exactly.
Oh wait, time out. If I'm doing that, it's because I love cooking, and that is and he's got a great palate, dude. Like he eats like adult food, and he knows like he's like, oh, you put cumin in this, oh, this is good, and he plays around with it, and like I'm pretty proud of him. It's like I like it because he's like, interesting, and like so he digs it, and yeah, like if he thinks he's at the Four Seasons, but like when I break down, like I'm like, yo, man, you know, this is brought to you by Food Lion and Kroger.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You created that because you cooked those for him on a regular basis, and he got used to it. So that's what he wanted. So you got to live with it.
Yeah, well, but he also gets he gets a wide variety of stuff though.
Okay, I'm not saying he doesn't, but that's what you know. When you cook, you cook.
The point being, Tom, you know, like I still have to get myself ready to make sure I'm eating food because like I have to have coffee. I got to eat breakfast and get my day going. I can't just like roll out and go.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, let's move on. The Killmonger conversation and the regular thought brought to you by Philip Darnall. With reality being a drag because of the political BS, I want to know 7 places or realities that you would like to live in from games, anime, comics, or extended universes. And what type of abilities would you choose to help you survive in those places? Hashtag leave Nick alone. Hashtag Star Trek rocks. Hashtag Nick needs a Starfleet uniform.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wish I would have had some time to think about this.
Yeah. I just, you know, I always assume you're better on your feet than you are.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, that's you know, one should never assume. You know, so.
True. So to make it easier on you, we'll just go one at a time. I mean, you should be able to think of a universe and an ability in that universe that you would like to have. So I'll start.
Where's my beer?
Let's start with anime. I would love to be a part of the. Actually, I was going to say Dragon Ball Z, but I just finished Hunter x Hunter, or at least all the episodes they have on Netflix, the entire 4 seasons, and I'd like to be in that universe and have the abilities of Gon. Like, I just want everything he can do. His heart, his Nen, his Ren, his Ten. I want it all. So that's my anime. What you got? Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Scratch Gon. Give me Kurapika and give me the chains. Give me Kurapika and the chains. I'm sorry. Hisoka and the gum. Hisoka and the gum. That's what I want.
Well, you got 7 universes. You could pick what you want.
Yeah, I know. I don't want all 3 of them. I'll just take Hisoka. I'll take Hisoka.
I would like to be. I'll like to be in the Robotech universe.
The what?
I would like to be in the Robotech universe, and I would like to be commander of the giant Robotech mech.
Okay. I would like to be in the Power Rangers universe, live in Angel Grove, and I would like the abilities of. Give me the abilities of
Alpha.
Nah, I'm good on Alpha. You know what? Maybe Alpha should be on our ranking scale.
Let's think about that. Anyway,
but, yeah, Angel Grove. But give me the abilities of I don't want to be cliche and say Tommy. So give me the Red Ranger abilities of Andros from in space.
Huh. Interesting.
I'll take a spaceship too.
What's a good one for me? I would regret it, but I would like to be in the Battlestar Star Blazers universe, and I would like to be Wildstar in that universe.
Okay.
What you know about Star Blazers?
Oh, is that the one with? Is that the one where they kind of have like these ninja armors on and they got the swords?
No, that is not. Star Blazers would be the 80s episodic, futuristic, kind of, you call it dystopian, but it basically is about the spaceship Yamato. It was a refitted actual battleship that was refitted for space flight. The Gamelons sent radioactive bombs to Earth because they wanted to kind of terraform Earth so they could live on it. So Earth had 1 year to get their planet basically de-eradicated. And they sent that ship off to go to the home world near Gamelon to find the cure and be back within 1 year. And that show used to blow my freaking little mind. I would rush home from school. People like, hey, you want to play some ball? No. Give me 30 minutes, dude. And I would just have to sit down and watch that. And they would have the counter, like say day 32, just so you would know the urgency behind it. And they had this thing called wave motion technology, which allowed them to do faster than light travel. But the wave motion also had a wave motion gun, which basically was like Superman's heat vision on super crack. It was just dope, dude. So I would love to be in that universe. If anybody knows about Battlestar Galactica, give a shout out. It was such a good show. It was so great. Two seasons. 3 seasons, actually. Sorry.
Okay. So let's go. I guess I can go video game, and let me just be Master Chief. I'll be in the Halo world. Let me just be Master Chief. Let me just do that. I'll just be that guy. I mean, he is that guy.
Okay, I dig it.
That's 5. We need 2 more.
How about if I would be give me the Image universe, and I know I apologize for it, but I would love to be Nemesis from Mark Millar. Just a total corrupt, crazy, dirty, bad Batman.
Okay. I would like to, for the number 7, the 7th place, I'd like to go to the Office world, and I would like the abilities of Michael Scott to make any situation dark humor, awkward, and uncomfortable at times.
You do that already.
I haven't got the uncomfortable part yet, but awkward.
I thought you were gonna go to the Office universe and ask for the powers of Stanley. So.
Nah. If anything, I'd want the jump shot of God dang it, what's his name? I want the
Will
jumper.
Ferrell's character.
No, the big guy. The big guy's got a jumper.
Who, Jim?
No, not Jim. Well, Jim can play too, but that's not who I want. The big guy who didn't. He sits in the back with Angela and Kevin? Oscar. Kevin. Kevin's got a jumper.
I thought you were talking about Will Ferrell's character.
No, you don't remember the end?
When he tried to do through.
You don't remember the end of in the first season of Basketball? Kevin makes like 6 shots in a row at the end when they're all shooting around. Because nobody asked him to play, of course, and he goes out there and he's just swish. Don't even hit the rim. Yeah, give me the jump shot of Kevin.
Oh, that's hilarious. I like the DC universe.
Oh no! That's it.
No, I'm going to give one more. I like to have.
Now all of a sudden you got all these different universes.
And Vandal Savage.
Okay. Shout out to Macho Man Vandal Savage.
Macho Man Vandal Savage.
Actually, I can't allow that. You can't you can't choose him because you can't take that man gimmick.
I didn't say Macho Man Vandal Savage. I just said Vandal Savage. Too.
Hey, you can't take that man gimmick. You got to go somewhere else with that.
No, I'm gonna stick with that one. Then.
No, we're gonna change that answer to Dark Side. Great question.
Okay, to the resurrection man.
That's funny. All right, it's a dead man. All right, Philip. Great question as always. We appreciate it. You really keep Oz on his toes. He has no idea where you're going next.
Oh, Philip, your questions are awesome. Regular Sky keeps me on my toes by giving me the question 5 minutes before the show.
I know, it was definitely more than 5 minutes because we talked more than 5 minutes before we started.
Yeah, right. Sorry, 20 minutes.
Okay,
hey, by the way, Philip sent a question in. Wait, he did? Yeah, 6 days ago. What? Oh, and by the way, I should have sent you that. I'm sorry, but read it now. Cool. All right, and we're going live in 3, 2, 1, go.
So Oz, all right. Yeah, that's actually, hey, that's actually exactly how the conversation went. Yeah, we appreciate you though, Philip. Shout out to you. Okay, Oz, I think it's time we get to the main events, the main course, the whole reason, the big shebang. You know. The why, the what, the when, the where. It's now. It's time.
Man, all I can say is this.
Oh, before we start.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Let me just play a good amount of spoiler alerts so everyone knows.
Yeah.
From now on, we're just going to be free talking. We're just going to be having a good old conversation. I don't know where we're going to start. We'll probably be jumping back and forth. Who knows? We have no idea. Let's go ahead. What were we going
to say? So since we're free to talk about Lighthouse, since we gave the spoiler alert, I just want to say, you don't ever want anybody to curse you like William Dafoe cursed that dude 5 different times. Jesus. Man. Yeah.
Jesus.
That thing was crazy. That dude was farting. That dude was farting, cursing, literally, not curse words, but putting a curse on you.
So
cursing your soul.
Lighthouse was one of those movies where it's you got to pay attention. If you pay attention, the movie tells you exactly what's going to happen. And this is another one of those movies. I really enjoyed it. It's a slow burn. I think they do a great job. There's only 2 people. There's technically 3 or 4 people in the movie, but there's only 2 people with lines, and they do a great job. Mm-hmm. William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson do a great job. They carry the movie. The range they show from sane to insane to what the hell is going on. They do a great job.
Well, the movie, the tone is set basically when they first arrive. And you see, the 2 men leaving the lighthouse, and they're sharing the weight of the captain's chest. But when those 2 are arriving in the lighthouse, the only one's carrying all the burden and all the weight. So, and also you see that usually, man, you're not a jerk. If you're on this isolated thing, you see these 2 people you haven't seen in a while, you're going to say, hey, how's it going? Passing through weathers like this. Those 4 men did not speak to each other. They were just get me out of here.
Yeah, they definitely were kind of I don't have anything to say. What do you want me to say?
No, they're no, heads down, let's go. Let's not miss our window, let's go.
And I get it. So, Oz, let me ask you this. How much money right now, today, would it take for you to go live on an island for how long were they there? 3 weeks? Was it 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
How much money would it take you to go live on an island? No communication to the outside world. You just know a certain time they're going to show up, and you get a watch. something like that. But no internet, no outside communication. How much would they have to pay you to live out there for 3 weeks on an island like that?
Well, one more thing. Is it just me, or do I have
yes.
another person?
You are working for somebody.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you don't have to give me like 6 figures, dude. But realistically, for 3 weeks, if someone said, 20,000.
Okay.
And
obviously they would. Obviously, you wouldn't have to pay for food or nothing like that. But, so 20,000. So if someone said, "Hey, we'll give you $20,000 if you go live at this lighthouse with this
let's
other
break
guy."
it down for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's 52 weeks in a year. So 3 into that.
It's like $7,000 a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little more than 7,000, but a little less than 7,000.
Yeah. I would say call it 20,000. Call it 20,000, and I would be okay.
You got to pay me more than that to go. To go be stuck with somebody for 3 weeks. Nah, you got to give me at least 50.
Almost a month.
Yeah, you gotta give me at least 50,000 because you don't know what you're gonna get, man. Yeah, nah, man, I can't be stuck with no communication or nothing.
Well, I would have to say that. I would have to say that people would have to be like, and what's the food situation like? What's the
what happened to the last people that stayed there? Like, what's up with them?
How they doing? Like?
Yeah.
Where's my lodging? Because I got the first thing this dude's farting. I got to smell your fart, dude.
Well, you're not gonna know that. You're not gonna know this dude's just gonna be walking in. You gonna walk in while he's pissing, and as he walks away, he leaves you a fart.
Well, yeah, dude. But I'm just like, man.
Hey, tell me this though. You get there. First thing you do, you go sit down. You see that man pissing. You're like, all right, that's cool. And as he walks away, he farts in your face.
Well, dude, you're just like, well, I see the tone has been set.
So what would you do, though, if he farted in your face as he walked away? That's what I want to know.
I'd be like, well, excuse me, sir. Because the whole thing is you have to call it out. And just say
early,
and set the tone, or else you're setting the tone.
No doubt. Oz, I wrote down a few questions I wanted to make sure I got your opinion on as far as this movie's concerned. Did Thomas Wake make Winslow miss his boat on purpose? This is something I asked you when we were talking the other day about it. Do you think he made him miss his boat on purpose? Or do you think the boat never came? Because he didn't want him to leave. He liked him. He clearly liked him. He enjoyed his company. He wanted him to stay on the island with him. When he tried to leave, he said, at the end when he tried to leave, he said, where are you going? I don't want you to leave. Stay here with me. Don't leave me here. Do you think he did it on purpose?
I think he did it on purpose. I don't think he liked him. I think he wanted him to be trapped like he was.
And Thomas Wake is William Dafoe's character, and Winslow, or as we come to know, Thomas Howard, is Robert Pattinson's character.
Well, and also you don't know what's going on. He may have liked this. He might have liked the other person he killed too.
Maybe, but. And maybe that's what happened because I still wonder if maybe that's the reason he got them so drunk the night before their boat was supposed to come.
But then the storm, but the storm happened too, though.
But I agree with that, and that's why it's a possibility. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just. But I thought. Go ahead. I think he was like, you're not going nowhere. I can definitely talk you into having a drink. It's your last night. Yeah, I'm going to get you drunk. You're not going to wake up. Your boat's supposed to come earlier because they know the storm's coming. I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
Why are you putting it on him when he said, don't kill the seabirds because there's the souls because they're bad lucks. Because if you kill it, it's bad luck because it's the soul of seamen, and he killed one. And actually, there was one drowning in a pool. He didn't save it, and then he killed another one pretty viciously. He brought the bad luck onto them. So I always thought it was like Patterson's character who brought the bad luck in the storm there.
Oh, I don't believe he brought the storm. I definitely believe
I
that
totally believe he brought the storm.
I think he angered the island, and that's why the island started messing back with him. I definitely think that. I don't know if he brought the storm though.
I feel like he brought the storm, but okay.
Couple more questions for you, Oz. What are some of the things that you have to worry about when filming a movie in black and white? And what are some of the cons to filming in black and white?
Well, for that kind of film, it would have been a different film if you'd have did it in color, because it was just. Actually, I said that earlier, and I take it back. You could have did that film in color if you'd have made it kind of like a 70s styled kind of thing, but I think the cons of that are people don't get a chance to see the life of the film, like what the lighthouse looks like, what their outfits look like, that kind of thing. But I think there's a different reason why they did black and white, because the black and white just said like everything was super monotone. This was the life, the regiment that they had to live and stuff like that. I will also say that it was crazy though, dude. Like, man, I like that it was straight up art house, and I miss seeing a good art house film. So,
yeah, it's definitely. I definitely think this is a not talked about enough little gem that more people should see. Even if it's not up your alley, I just think it's a movie you should see for the performances alone. Because from where he starts to where he ends, he's very wide-eyed at the end, to say the least. He's been through it.
Yeah, he's been through it. Like, and you learn lessons. Like, in the midst of a windstorm, you dump your fecal matter low. Or it can blow back in your face. But another side too is just like, man, Robert Pattinson, between that movie Lighthouse and Tenet, I'm like, man, I am going to freaking watch the Batman movie and be all in now.
Well, you should have been anyway. Shame on you.
No, I reserve the right to be a human and very much be an American and be arrogant and selfish but dude, this dude, man, I'm liking this guy the more I see him in action stuff.
So I had a few more notes I was writing down as the movie went on. So Winslow is a murderer.
Let me throw one more thing out there, and I want to get your opinion on something.
All right.
10 years from now, do you see him being the next James Bond?
10 years from now?
Maybe five. Actually, 5.
No.
Give him a little salt,
No.
Really?
No. I don't see him being Batman and James Bond. That's too much weight.
The Batman might be a one-off. Let's see what happens. But he's got the chops. I'm just being overly impressed by this guy lately. He's making the stain of Twilight disappear.
Let's keep it 100, Oz. The next 007 James Bond-esque ish whoever is going to be a POC.
Oh, of course it is.
I mean, that's what's going to happen.
You know what I wonder? I wonder why they have never, and I wonder how it would go over if they made the next James Bond Asian or Pacific Asian.
That'd be different and cool. You got anybody in mind?
Like
who would you? On the spot, Oz, give me somebody who you think could pull that off, male or female.
Okay, dude. So have you watched Heroes, the TV show, right?
I've seen it. I've seen the first season. I didn't watch the second season.
Well, there's a guy. He never got powers, but he was the doctor in it. And here it is. The season finale of The Office. What's her face's character? Kelly's character. And Kelly and Ryan, but Kelly's husband, who's the doctor. Remember, that's the dude from Heroes. I think he'd be a awesome James Bond. He's suave. I think he could pull it off very good.
You talking about the guy who was on The Flash? The guy who was the villain for The Flash for a season?
That's right. He was. Yeah, that dude. Yes.
Actually,
yes.
You know what? Is he? Well, he's not Asian, but
no. He's Indian. He's like
he would be
he's
good.
like
Yeah, he do got a little swag to him. I'll give you that. He's got a great suaveness to him, and he could be ruthless if he had to, and be charming. I've always liked that guy to be that dude, man. You know. Look at you pulling it full circle with the Office reference. Let's see here. Yeah, that's not bad. I wouldn't mind that. I thought you were going to go with the Asian guy who was friends with the one who can time travel.
Wait, what? Which one?
In Heroes, doesn't he have an Asian friend, the time traveler?
Oh yeah, no, dude, yeah.
That's who I
Hero?
thought you were going to say.
No, if we're gonna do any sort of Asian person or Asian American guy to be it, I would be. Do you remember? You watched Hellboy? Which one is it? Oh yeah, Hellboy the movie. Remember the cat who could turn into the leopard? He was also on Lost.
No, I don't.
Did you watch Lost?
No, I didn't.
Dang, dude. So this guy, he might actually be on Hawaii 5-0 too.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
So
Hold on. Do you watch Hawaii 5-0?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I try and follow this guy's career because I think he's really he's got good chops.
True that.
So hold on. Out of a TV show, Hawaii 5-0, a TV show Lost, and a movie Hellboy, you haven't seen any of these cultural things.
I ain't seen. Which Hellboy is it? The Ron Perlman one or the newer one?
No, it's the new one.
Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with the culture then.
Yeah, that's the anti-culture, but yeah. I was like,
that ain't got no place in the culture. All right, no, I feel you though. If I was to pick somebody, I'm going with the guy from the Raid, the main dude from the Raid.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's good. Hey, so the latest Hellboy movie is like Tom Wake farting in my face all the time.
Dang! Shout out Thomas Howard or Thomas Wake.
Yeah. That's what that movie reminds me of. So.
Okay, Oz. Last question. How exactly did Winslow get outside after he saw the alien that was in the again? You should, if you're here, you know this is spoilers. It was in the lighthouse. The alien that's in there, the little squid-looking octopus, whatever it was. How did he get outside? What put him outside?
So I think you. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but are you just saying alien just because it's this like a extraterrestrial kind of life form?
I'm calling anything that I don't think is from this earth an alien, and I just can't see that being from this earth in a lighthouse.
No, I feel it makes sense that it's in a lighthouse. It's on like the Lovecraft thing, which is like the what's it called it's like CHNTNULU, but it's like that entity that's it's a extra dimensional entity, not an extraterrestrial. So it's just like the supernatural being. That's what I always saw it as, especially when you saw the mermaid and all this other stuff too. So that's what gave it a very supernatural feel, not an extra alien feel to me.
Okay, so how did you get outside?
And going back to that,
that's what I want to know. Is how did you get outside?
Wait, hold on, wait. How did it or he? Hello.
Had a little technical difficulties there. I had to switch the game up, change the mic play.
Man, why don't you just buy a new mic, dude?
Hey, man, listen, things happen. So, Oz, what are your? Well, back to what we were talking about. How exactly did he get out there? You say he fell down the steps. What exactly happened, Oz?
I just want to confirm you're not taking a shower currently, right?
I am not taking a shower.
I feel like that.
I am rewatching the Royal Rumble though.
Oh, you almost sounded really good for a second. I feel like that entity threw him down the stairs, and
the squid,
and also put him out too.
The squid.
Yeah.
So you think the squid went down the steps?
Well, dude, yeah, man. Yeah, them birds were crazy.
I think you're
all
wrong.
them dead sailors were like, "We're gonna eat you."
They're not sailors. They're just birds.
No, that's what. Remember what Tom Wake said.
Who's Tom?
And that's the metaphor they're trying to. Huh?
What?
That's the metaphor that he was trying to. That he said. He said the seabirds are the souls of sailors.
Hey, how much snow did you get today?
About 3 inches.
Okay.
But then it rained and washed it all away.
Okay. So
almost all of it.
How exactly do you think the reaction is going to be when the next ship comes in and nobody boards, or the next two come on and they see this body just laying there?
I don't know. It depends, man. Because I wonder if that squid is still up in the lighthouse. It's a lot of stuff,
Who's going to take care of the squid now?
What? Say again?
Who's going to take care of the squid now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who's going to take care of all that masturbation that they did too.
Well, 3 weeks is a long time to go without any woman contact.
Good God, that's gross, dude. That's that's a dirty ass house, man.
Well, I mean, it was the 20s. That probably wasn't the worst they've ever been in.
No, I'm sure.
Okay, so Lighthouse. We'll definitely continue to do the reviews. It's definitely something we'll keep. Well, we'll try to keep it going. We'll be a little bit more timely with them as we.
Yeah, and I apologize. I got slammed at work, and
hey.
But we're gonna get together. Like I'll be more regimented as I train my mind and my body. Regular Scott will get a better mic. Listen.
Oz is going to train his mind and his body the same way that Winslow used the mermaid to train his body.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that dude was, oh God, man, that's fishy. So,
Hey, look, you know what? I should have known when I saw the hole in the mattress and he pulled out the mermaid. I should have put it together then, but I was like, they're not going to do that. But they did. He was having sex with the mattress.
That was pretty deep.
Yeah. And metaphorically and realistically. Let's move on to WandaVision, episodes 3 and 4 before we wrap up. What are your thoughts on that? We don't have to hit everything. Again, we're just going to kind of touch on things. What are some big talking points for you?
I'll make it real quick, dude. It's been brilliant. I like I said, I look forward to seeing how powerful Wanda is and what Vision is the end game with Vision. It's really cool.
We know the end game with Vision. That homie dead.
Yeah, but I wonder if she's going to bring him back to life.
I don't think she can, or she would have. I mean,
But
you know what I'm saying? Like, he's dead. She is.
Yeah,
she
I know,
is
but
literally kissing a corpse.
Right, but she's basically controlling the whole town. So I'm just like, I'm wondering if Doctor Strange is going to be alluding to this too. If somehow, yeah, dude, it's interesting. I wonder if somehow they're going to be able to bring Vision back.
They're not. There's no way. There's no way. If Wanda
Okay.
can't do it, no one can.
Well, she's done it though. In this little bubble, she's done it.
But he's not back, though. I think that's what the episode 4 showed us, is that he's not back. It's all just an illusion. Like, it's not real.
Oh, I know, but it's so deep that even he questions some things until she like tweaks it again. So I'm just saying, let's just see what's up. Let's see what's up.
Well, I'm not. That's not what the. I'm just saying it's no question that he is dead. Like, there's no argument about that.
Yes, he is dead.
Yes.
I'm saying, let's see if there is a way that they're going to try and bring him back.
No, that's okay.
And now
You
listen,
have to waste their time.
hey, buddy, hold on. You're
He
very
said,
passionate
buddy.
about this. I understand, but I am just giving you my opinion.
No, that's okay.
It would be interesting. So I don't know if Marvel executives are paying you or something. You seem very invested in this.
I do have stocks. I got a lot of AMC and Nokia stocks out there.
Well, good. You should have invested in GameStop. So.
Well, I didn't. I don't have $300 to throw out there right now. So that's where they were. That's where they were last time I checked. Was at like $330.
Cool. How much money do you have? Can you buy a new mic?
I can't buy a new mic, but I actually, to be honest with you, all I'd have to do is just reset this entire show, and I could use the same mic. But then I'd lose all the audio we have, and we'd have to start all over.
So can you buy a new mic?
I don't need a new mic though. If I restart the show, if we restart the show from right now and just wipe everything clean, I can use the same mic.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
No doubt.
That makes perfect sense.
No doubt. WandaVision episodes.
Podcasting for dummies.
$15. Best money spent. So Oz, episodes 3 and 4. What are your predictions for episodes 5?
I am not going to ever say they may bring Vision back. We know this already. I think for 5 and 6, I'd like to see more breakdown and more reveals of who these other characters who they introduce are.
Yeah, definitely. I think for episode 5, I'd like to see him bring Vision back. I think it'd be a cool little wrinkle to see how they're going to bring him back and what ways.
So you would like to see. that sounds like I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but they're not going to bring him back. They're not going to do it. They're not going to bring him back, dude.
But look.
Hey, get that out your mouth. They're not going to bring him back, okay, bro.
But don't you think it'd be interesting if Doctor Strange, it'd be cool if in Doctor Strange they kind of showed how.
I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down right now. They are not bringing him back. They're not doing that. So anyway, moving on. Yeah.
Oh man.
This dude was like, "No, they're not bringing him back. No." I thought we had a podcast about opinions. No. Anything except for that opinion. Do you know what Vision did to me? Whoa, what do you do to you, bro?
New hashtag, leave Vision dead.
My God, dude. Hey, Phil. Next question for regular Scott is, what did Vision do to you? He took Wanda from me.
Vision,
dude.
Vision took Dick Grayson's girl.
Dude.
Gotta defend my guy.
What would you like to see for 5 and 6 on the series tip?
So for episode 5, I want to see more of Monica. I want to see where this goes. If this is how she gets her powers, or if it's something else. I want to see kind of her reaction to everything. I want to see how everybody's reacting to her being back, the questions that are asked, and I'm curious to see exactly how long Wanda's going to be able to keep everybody out. Because I think it's only a matter of time before they really just kind of barge in. So I'd like to see maybe Darcy or Officer Wu, one of those two, maybe kind of take the next step in there. I'd like to see, actually, that's what I'd like to see, another character kind of brought into that world from S.W.O.R.D., just to kind of see what they could do and how everything reacts to them.
Yeah, that would be very super cool. I'd like to
it's not going to happen.
Also, just see. Well, it's not going to happen, dude. Don't worry. But we'll see what's up, man. There's a lot of potential for some good stuff. So
I don't think there is.
It's been a good ride so far.
I didn't like it. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's a good place for us to wrap it up.
Straight up hater, dude.
Yeah, bump the WandaVision.
Hey, did it snow today, regular Scott? No, it didn't snow. Are you sure? No, it's not gonna happen, dude.
Hey, man, do you think I could get a ride to work tomorrow? Nah, I don't think so. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. So, regular Scott in Lighthouse, was it weird when William Dafoe's character kept farting? He didn't fart one time in the movie. It didn't happen.
So, WandaVision, was Vision really... Vision was not dead. He's alive.
Regular Scott, what are your feelings about Lighthouse being a black and white film? It was all color. Black and white didn't happen.
So, what are your thoughts on Robin being cast as a black man? Robin's white. Period.
Right.
He's white.
To be fair, Robin's always been black. So, hey, what we were talking about earlier, that's gaslighting, okay? Okay. So, just to give you a proper definition, so you know.
Uncle Oz and I had a nice conversation about gaslighting before we started as well.
And shout out to all my Star Trek fans. I profusely shouted to him, "There are 4 lights."
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what he was. Once he started going on about the lights, and then this dude saw 4, and this guy saw 5, and then he left the ship and saw 5. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Hey, Hawk. Just know, regular Scott, that there's a black guy.
Listen, let me tell you about my knowledge of Star Trek. My knowledge of Star Trek is there's a blind black guy and there's a black guy with his face smushed in. That's all I know about Star Trek. And Professor X is the leader. That's all I know. Okay? That's all I know about Star Trek.
There's a black guy who's blind, and there's a black guy who's
I mean, and listen. Tell me at any point if I'm wrong. Tell me at any point where I'm wrong. Am I wrong? There are no lies that I told there. One of them is blind. One of them's blind. One got at the top of his head crunched in so the rest of his skin folds in with him. And then Professor X before he gets in the wheelchair is the leader.
Ooh, I'm rolling.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't get it. I'm just spitting facts on it. All right. It really sucks that I had to
man.
change mics. I wish I had my mic. This sounds terrible. That was a really good line to it. Now I can't even clip it because it's gonna sound so awful with this audio. This sucks, man. My best material I might have had on this show, and it's on this terrible audio.
Of your life, right? Of your life.
Potentially.
Okay.
Potentially. So to everybody, you know.
This one is on me, gentlemen.
Hey, to everybody who knows, Ray Scott can't feel his toes, by the way.
Oh, let me tell you something. When I get up and take that first step, I got to be real careful. Hey, let me keep it 100. When I get up and take that first step, there's a good chance I'm going down, forward. There's a good chance I'm going down.
Did you watch Ninja Assassin?
No.
You should watch it. It's a great ninja flick that and one of the lines is, "After I kill you, the first breath I take will be the first breath of my life." You're like, when I get up, the first step I take,
I'm going down.
I'm going to fall down. And cry for my mom. I'm going to fall down and cry for my mom.
Look, Mama can't help me, but I can cry for my wife. She might hear me.
Oh my
Honey!
God.
I fell again.
This dude said, "I can't feel my toes."
Listen, I'm just preparing you in case I don't hang up in time and you hear a crash before you hear the hang up. That was me. That's my body hitting the floor.
Hey, you ain't get no crutches in the garage or anything? You get like a wheelchair to help assist you?
Right, I definitely don't have a wheelchair. I do have crutches in the house.
Are you scared to have a heater in your garage because of all the flammable stuff?
No, I do have a heater in here, but I had to turn it off because this audio is going to pick it up a lot more than my mic did because my mic's not working because this goddamn... It's time for the final blow. I am going to play some music. Okay. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully this goes better.
Oh, this is going to be great. I can't wait for this.
She took me in the parlor and said, "Would you be me beau?"
Yeah.
So Oz, in honor of Lighthouse, what else would I play?
That's so appropriate. I love it.
What you got for the final blow?
I started 30 coins on HBO Max. It's okay. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. I can just tell you that I've been reading Wolverine, the new Wolverine series by Jonathan Hickman, which is part of all the X-Men stuff. It explains that Wolverine's healing ability, it comes from his blood, and he's a type E. And you guys should read about it because apparently type E blood is 1 in 8 billion. And the first Wolverine, the backstory, the very end talks about what the blood does, and it's a really good continuation of Wolverine and why he's got a healing factor and why things work. It's cool. It's a really good ride. It is cool.
Okay. So for my final blow, Hunter x Hunter. Let me just say, man, that is a fantastic anime. I don't know if the Netflix has all of the episodes. I think Hulu has like 6 more that Netflix doesn't have for some reason, so I gotta go check those out. But man, Hunter x Hunter is phenomenal. Like, I don't ever hear anybody bring up Gon and Killua's friendship whenever I see people talk about some of the best friendships in animes or TV shows. They have one of the best friendships in TV or anime. I guess.
True.
Have you seen Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, is that like isn't one of the well, I want to make sure it's right. One of the boys, isn't he like kind of suave and kind of like an assassin though?
Well, a couple of them are assassins.
Well, wait, but isn't like he he comes from a family of assassins or something like that?
Yeah.
His brother.
Yeah. Killua.
Yeah. So it's good. It's cool.
It is good. It is cool. And
you're good. You're cool.
I agree. But yeah, that's just a fan.
And
thank you.
Incredibly modest too.
Thank you very much. I guess they agreed with me. No, please stop. Oh, this is for you, Uncle Oz. That is your favorite artist.
This is your boy Macklemore,
right? This is your boy Macklemore, yes. This is your guy. No, Hunter x Hunter is fantastic. Gon is a great character. They have a great relationship. I'm looking forward to what my next anime is going to be. I think I'm going to put a Twitter poll up, and maybe I'll let you guys decide. Bleach is definitely going to be up there. I've heard a few people tell me I need to watch that. Maybe I'll rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho. I haven't seen One Piece. Maybe I'll check out One Piece. So I'll
put some episodes, man.
Huh?
I like to get your opinion on One Piece. See what you think.
Yeah, maybe I'll check out One Piece. Or maybe the old school Mobile Suit Gundam. Maybe I'll rewatch that, continue that. So definitely going to put something up there. We'll put a Twitter poll up. We'll have another Twitter poll up for a movie for the next month. Get ready for some Black History and some Valentine's Day polls and maybe a couple of little tournaments we might have on the show. So get ready for those on the social medias. Let's tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Hey, again, everybody, you can find me on Twitter at OzzyReal. I might have to occupy Facebook and see what's up, but we'll see.
No doubt. You can find us on Twitter at Me4 Marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4. Find us on Facebook. Join the Facebook group. Like, subscribe our podcast on all podcast platforms. Email us, Me4 Marvel vs. DC at go2five. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. At go2fivelife.com.
Wow.
Tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
I hope we'll talk to everybody next time. So as usual, peace. This was a good one.
I think I just burped up the chicken grease. And y'all have a good time because we gonna have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.
That's what you get for eating mermaid, dude.
Nah, I ate some of that lobster yet.
Yeah, dude, that dude, man.
Whatever they were drinking at the end with the honey and the gasoline, that's what made me burp.
Yeah, that's so terrible, right?
All right, we gotta go.
Yeah, man. Easy. Hey, man, you need to go into your house before you get frostbite.
Peace.
What you doing on a Sunday?